Hey, welcome back to the Trey Angle. I'm so excited you're here. My name is Trey Martinez, and I have the privilege to be able to be here to help you and serve you in everlasting change in your mind, body, and spirit. And today I'm a little fired up. As y'all know, we got a new album from Kanye West. The Donda tracks are incredible. I'm probably a little hyped right now just because I just watched them and I'm fired up. I was listening to one with Travis Scott, and actually, let me pull that up. I would play it right now, but copyright. But praise God, that's like my jam right now. I'm curious, which is your favorite song? Drop it in the comments. Drop it. Hit me with it. I'm real curious, but I'm fired up. I'm real excited about it. And this whole Donda message made me realize something that I've been thinking of a ton and something I want to speak out on. And really, it's just this idea of the spiritual warfare. Now, I know you're probably like, oh, what the heck are we getting into today? But here, I'll drop it to you real quick. For me, it's actually been really exciting to see Kanye's whole progression in life. I've been a huge Kanye fan, whether you are or you aren't, doesn't really matter. The story here, and you'll be able to see it through, is exciting. And the reason why is because you can see a man who he started off believing in God. He was serving him. He was making great music. He's always made some great music, but the thing is, you can tell, and he's even open about it. He grew into this world. He fell into the world. He says it in his new album too. How he was saved by grace, but at the same time he was living in hell. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it's actually a message I heard this morning, first thing in the morning. That's what I'm looking at. Ephesians 6:12. For the struggle is not of flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the forces of evil in the heavenly realm. And I bring that up because you see somebody, and I've seen it in my own walk, and I'll get to that here in a second. But you see someone who has, again, he was all for him, fell into the world, and boom, now he's out on the other side. And you're seeing it through his music. You're seeing it through the ripple effect of what's going on in the world, in my opinion. And what gets me so fired up about Donda is, number one, it's great music. And y'all know me, I'm a music hype beast. I've been dropping tracks. Side note, for the people who are listening and watching this right now, if I hooked you up with iTunes and I got you all the music back in the day, let me know. Because again, a lot of my friends, my boys, who have been with me since the start, they know I've always been about music and I'm always on top of it. I love music. And anyway, back in the day, I used to hook up people's what were they called? Not just iPods. What do we have? Those iTouches. Y'all remember those? The iTouches. I was so fired up with those, and I don't remember how many songs, 20,000 songs or something like that. But anyway, the reason why I bring all this up is because I get fired up about the music, but I get fired up about the message. And what we're seeing right now in the world is a spiritual warfare. And that's why I'm bringing this up, is because you're seeing it through someone like Kanye West. For people who probably hate him, think he's an egomaniac, and yeah, I can see that. Totally can, because there was a part where I was like, man, Kanye, I don't know about you right now, man. Like, I like your clothes now, but the music is starting to get a little wild. And then once he came out with Jesus is King, and actually went to go see him here in Houston at Lakewood with Joel Osteen. That was powerful. There with my family, and that was just incredible. And seeing his transition, that was whenever I was feeling the same thing of spiritual warfare. And with all of 2020 and the whole COVID thing that we all went through, I was literally like, okay, you're bringing families back. Families are closer than ever. Yes, we're having some financial issues. Yes, there's a lot of things going on, but there's good and bad, and that's in every day. And I remember being with my family. I spent a lot of COVID with my parents, my sisters, and it was awesome. Just having that community again, coming back home, and whatever home may be for you is different than for me. But I looked for the good in it all, and that was one of it. And I was like, man, something is stirring up in my spirit. I was on my knees praying more. I was just like, I was more connected than I ever was in my life, and it created that ripple effect. And the reason that I bring it to Kanye is because it was around the same time. We're seeing his new music, we're seeing his release, we're seeing his breakthrough. And a lot I know I was having this conversation with some people and they're like, "Man, I don't know about Kanye. I don't know about his new album. I think he's just doing it for money. I think he's just doing it for this." But for me, walking through it in my own life and knowing that I slipped away, that I ran from my own problems and addictions mentally and tried to do things on my own, trying to learn from the world how caught up you can get into that. And also, I know on the other side, when I made the decision, when I was broken free, when I was able to see clearly again, hear the word in my life, it's stronger than anything. And I knew in Kanye's life, I was like, from what I'm hearing in the music and from what I'm seeing, that's real. That's truth. He is speaking his truth, and seeing that progression is so exciting in him because it also can relate to me and people that I'm seeing too. So the reason why I'm bringing all this up is again to remind you that this isn't about black versus white. This isn't about Republicans versus Democrats. It's about good versus evil. And the thing is, we may see that differently, but I see it as this scripture that I just shared, which is Ephesians 6:12. For the struggle, which we've all felt on a day-to-day basis. I feel it like crazy. I felt it in a completely different way recently, which is financially. And just to share that with you, and I want to go into this deeper into another episode, but I had a message, and basically I realized I had a revelation that I have gone to the world for financial security instead of giving it up to God and giving up my control. And through that process, I realized that wow, the reason why I'm not blessed financially like I know I see is because I haven't given it up. I'm trying to do it all myself. So anyway, for the struggle is not of flesh and blood. It's not of human. It's not of man versus another man. It's not man and woman. It is not of flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the forces of evil in the heavenly realm. What does that look like today? Government, corporations, and just people not doing what's right for all, or not doing what we know is good. And we all have that. We've been around people, or we know in our spirit where we're just like, that's not good. My conscience knows that that is not good. So the reason why I bring this up is because, hey, me and you, we're on the same team here. And whether we don't believe the same ideologies, I do believe that we want hope, we want love, we want peace and happiness in our world. The pursuit of what is it? I already forgot it. Life, happiness, and I forgot it. But you know what I'm talking about. The pursuit of happiness. And that's our rights here. And I don't know about you, but that's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for people to be broken, free of the spiritual warfare, and then also just broken free of all. Because I do believe mind, body, spirit. That's all one thing. You break free from your spirit. You're breaking free of the patterns in your mind. You're breaking free of the patterns in your body, the way that you treat yourself. And at the end of the day, how you treat yourself in all aspects. So I come to you today out of excitement, out of you. I wanted you to understand that this isn't man versus man or woman. This is not of flesh and blood, but it's of something bigger. And remember that the next time you get flared up or you're triggered or you're angry, it's not of man. It's, hey, what's going on in their spirit? Where's that heart at? And how can I influence it in a way that will create everlasting change? And that's what we're here for. So I hope this message actually brings some value to you. I'm really excited to be able to share a ton more, not just about spiritual stuff, but today I felt called to do just that because, hey, We're seeing some amazing spiritual shifts just in the music industry with Donda. I mean, guys, you have Travis Scott, Jay-Z, Weeknd, 21 Savage. You got all these people. Listen to what they say in those lyrics. You have people like Weeknd saying he's been in the dark, but he now sees the light. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You got Jay-Z talking about Moses and Jesus in his lyrics. Guys, 10 years ago, whenever I was listening to rap music, that was not a thing. They were almost making fun of it, or they're just doing it to just flaunt their chain and Jesus chain. It's a different world we're living in now. Guys, there is a spiritual movement, and I want us to be a part of it. I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to stand for it because, guys, we must come together at this time. Because I don't know about you, all this crazy madness that's going on in the world, what can we do besides bitch and moan? Just to be blunt with you guys, what can we do to fight against the evil powers that are forcing this world? How can me and you actually do something with that? And I think it's us coming together. I think it's us having that heart check, us realizing this is not of flesh. This is of spiritual warfare. And I know that's heavy, but gosh, I'm freaking fired up about it. And I really want us to come together, create that bond, that strength, because iron sharpens iron. And I know me and you can make that change happen. It only takes one freaking person. So remember that today as you walk throughout your day, through your work, through your family, with your body. Remember this: you are you got to beat the battle in your mind. So I love you. I appreciate you. And hey, let's create everlasting change today.
Hey everybody, hope you're doing awesome, and I want to give you a quick invite to something I'm super excited about, and it's the Everlasting Change community. And this is a Discord server that I've put together to really bring us all together so we can come together and I can share with you some of the insights that I've learned in making money online, great health decisions that I've been taking and I've learned along my journey, and then also how to become closer connected spiritually and to create that overflow to impact others and to really impact not only your family, your friends, but a generation. And that's what this is all about. It's about creating everlasting change in your mind, body, and spirit. And it's something that I'm really excited about. I've wanted to be putting a community together, especially in this digital world that we were somewhat forced to after COVID-19 and that whole pandemic. We can come together, we can have love, and just appreciate what everybody has to share. This isn't just about me, it's a community where I can bring people together to share their greatest insights, and at the end of the day, help each other and help all of us create that everlasting change. So with that said, I want you to join in it. It's free. There's nothing there. I actually do have some free tools for you, and some steps that I think can really help you in each of those paths that I just described. So with that said, hope you're doing awesome. I really appreciate you jumping in, and see you inside the Discord. Boom, let's create everlasting change.